Hey, what is up, guys? So, friend of mine, Ben the Movie G, he asked me a question. He basically asked me if the Avengers briefcase was worth, it's going for like 123 or something like that, I think, 121 or something like that. He wanted to know if it was worth it, and I said, it kind of depends whether or not, how big of a fan you are, if you'd really be interested. And then he asked me a few questions about the set, and we both actually ended up coming with the idea that maybe I should do a video so that way he can tell, on his own. And this video is going to be more of an in-depth kind of look at it. So anyway, I took it out of the box, and it looks like this right here. On the top, looks like that. It says Avengers on it. Now I do know that there goes the back, and the sides all the way around. It's all plastic. I do know that this was a sort of like a backup plan kind of thing. That originally it was supposed to be way more detailed. So I think I would have really loved to have seen that version, but because of some issues, we got stuck with sort of a very plain version. And I just say plain because it really is plain, pretty plain. Anyway, so it does hold out like a briefcase. Not very much room to like slip your fingers under, but I'm a big guy and I can manage to slip two of my fingers under there. And where it says the Avengers is actually a little button, so I'm going to press that. You can see right here, it lights up. It's actually lighting up the Tesseract cube on the inside of the briefcase. So I'm going to open it up. So you gotta just pry it open, just lift that tab, both tabs. The light comes on automatically. It is a different light from the Tesseract. From the outside, it's supposed to be the Tesseract cube, but actually this is the cube right here. There is a light on the inside, as you can see. If I lean it forward a little bit, there goes the LEDs right there. So it stays lit while you open it. And so he wanted me basically to show off what I was talking about, the paperwork that comes involved. I still keep mine in a little plastic sleeve. Don't really open it up. There are more LEDs behind where the papers stay. So it all looks like this basically. Just sort of like a die-cast kind of plastic molding, stuff like that. Anyway, so before I get to the paperwork, sorry guys, my eyes are watering. Before I get to the paperwork, I'm going to show you sort of each movie. They come in little envelopes like this. Should have gotten something to put this on. Let me see if I can hold it like that. Alright, so each movie comes in little envelopes like that. This is the first Iron Man, obviously, so there goes the front. There goes the back. And again, my eye is watering. Each comes with a disc like that. Little description. Just the first disc right there. Each movie has the Blu-ray disc, so again we'll go through it. You get obviously Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk. There goes the back to that. The Incredible Hulk disc right there. You got Iron Man 2. There goes the back. The Iron Man 2 Blu-ray disc. Oh man. You got this bonus disc, which I checked it out when I first got it, but I don't remember what exactly is on it. So there goes the front. It's just a S.H.I.E.L.D. Avengers Initiative, and I think what it was like maybe a look at what's coming in Phase 2, or what was supposed to come in Phase 2. And that's what that looks like. It is a Blu-ray disc. Those just slide back in there. And then the other three films will all have two discs, I believe. So first up is Thor. There goes the front. There goes the back. And the two discs are the Blu-ray disc and the 3D Blu-ray disc. And same thing goes for Captain America: The First Avenger. You get the Blu-ray and the 3D Blu-ray disc. And I don't know if I showed you the back or not. There goes the back. And then Marvel's The Avengers. There goes the front. Here goes the back. And again, Blu-ray and the 3D Blu-ray. And each envelope, or all the envelopes, sort of go in at an angle in these little slots that are there. Otherwise, you can't close them, so they have to be put correctly on. Anyway, I'm gonna put that aside. Wow, my eyes are really watery. Okay, so first you get this thing. It's outside of the plastic thing, and it says on the back, "Open immediately." I tried not to ruin it, but obviously it's attached by sort of like a regular envelope, so I did it as carefully as I could. And let's see what we get in here. Okay, so it's just that envelope, and then these three or four things. First up is the instructions. So little instruction thing, just a little piece of paper. Tesseract transportation case, field maintenance instructions, and it tells you a little bit about it has 3 AA or AAA batteries and stuff like that. So it's basically that. You get your certificate of authenticity, and you get a little sort of like a agent card. It is a plastic card, like you would get like a gift card or something like that. I'm not going to show you the back because the back has a code. I guess I'll sort of hide the code, but the back has some writing on it. It basically says, "Field agent access code. Keep secure at all times. Must surrender upon request. Property of Shield." And it does have a little thing to put on, like a one of those necklace things. And then you get this right here. It is a Access Shield files, and you're supposed to use it with one of the pages that I'm going to show you next. And if I remember what page it is, I'll show it to you. But it basically, you block certain things out. It's like a hidden message, basically. So there goes that. And I'm going to put this right here, because I'm going to try to remember to show everything else. Then you get this. It opens up at the back. It has I think that is a hard cardboard backing, just to keep them, all together and everything. Open that. Pull these out. And already some things are falling out. There was a lot more things actually than I remember there being. So I'm going to go one by one. So I'm going to put these aside and focus on this one right here. It says Shield. Oh, something almost fell out. Security level 7 or above required at the bottom. Nothing too much on the back. The little tab does say something right there. The tactical SCS or SYS, I mean, number 01-7873. And I'm going to show you each thing, but this is what it looks like on the inside. So what you get is a little sort of business card for Agent Coulson. It has a mobile number and a fax number on there, an office number and a main number. They all have 555, so they are fake numbers, but that'd be pretty cool if they worked. You get an image of the Tesseract Cube right there. Nice image, nice glossy, pretty thick paper. Oh, by the way, this isn't. It's sort of thick. It's not flimsy, but it's definitely like fake. It's not like you would get an actual business card. It's pretty fake, but still pretty good quality. Then you get this one right here, another image of the Tesseract. Right there. Then you got some documents. I'm gonna put this aside just for a second. So you get these are just plain papers. You get one talking about the Tesseract right there. One talking about obviously Agent Romanoff. just a little bit about Agent Romanoff, you know, a little bit about Hawkeye, Agent Clinton Burton, and then a little bit about Item 47, which I do remember there being a Marvel one-shot, I believe it's called, for Item 47. Whether that's going to come into play or not, I'm not too sure. But a bunch of writing. I mean, there's a bunch of like you would get an actual, you know, sort of classified file. So let me put this back into the folder, and I will move on to the next one. Okay. So I'm just pulling from the top, and I kept them in the same order that they were in when I first got the set. You move on to this one, and this one says classified, inactive. You know, it's like a fake stamp. You know, it's glossy. Everything's printed on. This is raised a little bit. This is not raised. This is flush with the rest of the paper. So I mean, it could have been more authentic, but it's pretty good for what it is. And I think something might have gotten mixed up in here just because things were about to fall out. And I think I just fixed it. So let me just show you what it is. First up, you get 3. I thought it was just 2. 3 like trading cards. You know, those trading cards that appear in Avengers that Coulson is trying to get Captain America to sign. So you got that one, and you get this one right there. Then you get a fake newspaper clipping. It's definitely a different type of paper than the rest of the other things. It feels thinner. It's not as flimsy, but it is pretty flimsy. Bigger than I would think that the newspaper clipping from the movie would be, and you could actually see on the back it. I mean, it's great detail. You know, pretty great detail right there. But that, of course, was a picture of Peggy Carter, Agent Carter from the Captain America movie. You get a picture of Chris Evans before he becomes Captain America, or Steve Rogers before he becomes Captain America. You get this right here. This is a Department of Selective Service Certificate of Acceptability, and it's basically the one that I think this is the one where he, found not acceptable. As you can see, it's checked off. Found not acceptable for induction into active military service. So there goes that right there. Some pretty great things. This one again doesn't really match what I would think the notebook paper would be, but definitely a different feeling from everything else. It's not a sketch. You can tell it's print, but this is the sketch that he was working on in the film, where he was sort of like he was looking at himself as a performing monkey, you know. So there goes that. And then again, you get more paper. So put this aside for right now. And then you get these right here, and this lists the particulars of the participant. So basically everything from his name, his address, date of birth, things like that. And so that's all right there. This is a notice of fraudulent application right there, and it's supposed to be signed by it says member of local board. I don't know whose signature that's supposed to be, but I mean, it's pretty cool. Very detailed, very cool things going on here. Physical exam sheet, the last piece of paper there, and it talks about, you know, the surname, first name, personal details. So you get date of birth, height, eye color, temperature and pulse at the time it was taken, eyesight for the both right and left, hearing for the both right and left, health issues. So you have like asthma, scarlet fever, and a bunch of other stuff on here, and another signature at the bottom. So that was the second folder that you get, and something did fall, so I'm gonna have to remember to pick that up. but I want to move on because I'm already 15 minutes in, so put that aside. You have like 3 more folders. You get this one. It talks about Agent Romanoff, and or it's Agent Romanoff's file on Tony Stark. So you get that. It actually says Stark Tony right there. And then with this one, more great stuff. So you get an Aldridge Killian business card, which I don't remember them mentioning him in either Iron Man or Iron Man 2, but that's pretty cool right there. You get a ticket for the Stark Expo, which I'm assuming this is the one that takes place in Iron Man 2, but it's the ticket right there. And it actually has a thing, Stark Expo sort of advertisement on the back. You get this napkin right here for immediate release. We no longer make weapons. Sincerely, Tony Stark. Pepper, please post exactly as is, written there at the bottom. I mean, it's a real napkin. Unfortunately, it is printed on, and I don't know if this was a mistake. I'm sure it is a mistake, but I was given 2 napkins in the thing, so I have 2 napkins in my set. Then you get a Stark World Expo 1964 pamphlet. And it's a full pamphlet. It talks about it. It actually has a little map and everything. Let me try to open it up with one hand. So it opens up, and it has a little map, and it talks about where the main entrance is, the Unisphere, Stark Aviation Museum, stuff like that. On the inside flap, it talks about let's go to the 1964 World Stark. It talks about the main, basically a little detail about each thing that they had there, and more on the back, along with the hours and stuff like that. So, I mean, really cool things. Another piece of paper here, right there, drawing of the Tesseract. I haven't bothered reading any of this stuff, but it has some writing on it as well. So, and this one is pretty cool. Throwback to the first Iron Man film. You get the what is it, sketching paper or whatever it's called, where if you match it up, you can actually kind of see the Iron Man, Iron Man that he was working on in the cave, and the paper is a bit brown, so it's aged and stuff like that. But it's 3 or 4 different papers, and again, I'm not gonna show you each one of those because they look better when they're together. But here goes the last one. I don't want to drop anything. Then you get another fake newspaper clipping. Who is the Iron Man? Again, I haven't bothered reading it. It's not folded in half. It's actually cut in half. And on the back, it does have different things, more writing and stuff like that. The last thing in the folder is a big poster of the what is it called? The the arc reactor. So big poster of the arc reactor, and that's everything you get in the Tony Stark thing. And so far, his has a bunch of stuff. Try not to lose anything. Okay. Two more things. You got the folder by Agent Coulson on the Puente Antiguo. So for here you get the. I told Ben about this. You get the hospital band, and it says Thor on it, and it's a pretty nice looking hospital band. I mean, it looks pretty real, at least as real as you can get it. You get Jane Foster's ID badge for the experimental physics right there. You get the fake ID. It is pretty fake. Look how look how fake that is. But it is the very thick paper, not glossy, sort of like not a matte finish, but definitely a different kind of finish than a regular paper would have. And I would say that the ID is even thicker than that. Moving on, you get the 2 pieces of paper. I believe he draws this in one of her journals. The like the Tree of Life or whatever. It's 2 pieces of paper that put them together and they match up, like they were ripped from the journal. You get the picture of him. They show on a monitor, I believe, in the film. I don't think they actually print out a copy, but when they in the beginning of the movie, when they run into him and they realize that he was, they ask where did he come from. They realize that he was actually part of the bridge connection. Then you get a page out of the book that that they looked at in the movie, where they talk about the Rainbow Bridge, and this is where I forget the guy's name. The professor was talking about it was stories straight out of his childhood, and he pops out this book. So it has that as the front, and the back has the hammer, and that's all you get out of this one. So let me put this stuff back in real fast. The last folder, I don't want to drop anything, sorry for the close-ups. Another Romanoff folder on Bruce Banner, and it says Dr. Bruce Banner on the top, or Dr. Banner Bruce. So this is one thing that I did, another thing that I mentioned to Ben. You get a fake label, but it's actually pretty realistic because it is a sticker. Now I'm never going to use this sticker, I'm never going to put it on a bottle, but it is a sticker. So you could technically put it on a bottle if you find a bottle that sort of matches the one that they used in the movie, the Incredible Hulk. I would assume that you could put this on there and put it on your shelf as a display item, something that looks very authentic. So you get a UPC code, you get the the Pingo Dolce or whatever it's called, with Goanna Kick or whatever, and the nutrition facts and everything. So really cool things you get in this thing. This is a very thin sheet of probably aluminum, but it is a metal. It's not paper. The CryoSync Weapons Plus program, Dr. Einstein, a bunch of the serum IDs, the batch number, the verification number, and so I think you see this when they extract the serum and put it into Tim Roth's character. So you see that on one of the things. Another cutout from a newspaper, right there. Mysterious incident at Culver University Laboratory, and I believe this is referring to when Bruce Banner was struck by the gamma radiation and becomes Hulk. Something that you don't really see in the movie. They showed in the beginning. So you get a strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division, a little thing, Nick Fury with a bunch of blacked out stuff. You get like a web page sort of snapshot of Miss Ross, Elizabeth Ross. And then the last thing you get is another big poster-sized blueprint sort of thing, and this is the sonic cannon. What is it called? I don't see what it's called, but it's that sonic cannon that that the Hulk sort of fights when they're at the university. So that's all you get so far. All that I've showed you so far. I wish I remembered what page the thing was, but I'm running into 25 minutes, so I'll do it as like a little bonus when I do my monthly update. I'll be sure to do that. The last thing I will show you is the Tesseract Cube. As you can see, it's white, but if you pop it on your hand, and you have to pop it kind of hard, it glows up a bit. Depending on how many times you hit it, it glows faster. I believe there's a setting, I have to read up on it again, where it stays solid for a while, and it'll glow for a little while, but it does glow. That's pretty cool. So I mean, you could even put this on display. The only thing is that that's the bottom right there, so you know, just put it down like that. But it's pretty cool. It looks pretty good when it's in the briefcase. When the briefcase is opened, like I said, I don't mess with this very often. It already went off. I don't mess with this stuff very often. I don't even, I mean, I should take the discs out, but I have most of the movies on Blu-ray. I just don't have the Iron Man movies or the, actually I do have the Incredible Hulk on Blu-ray, so all I need is the Iron Man movies on Blu-ray. I do have them on DVD, but other than that, I really don't mess with the case. It is a collector's item, so Ben, if you think that it's worth it, definitely go ahead and get it. Like I told you, I paid around the same amount with my discounts when it first came out. I really enjoy it. I don't use it, but it's something that I like to collect. It's something that I like. As you can see on top of my shelves, I like collecting weird things, and that's definitely one of those things that you're not going to see very often. Who knows if they're going to put out a Phase 2 box set like that. So if you can get it, and if you think that that's a pretty good price for everything that I showed you, I definitely recommend getting it. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Please tell me what you thought about the box set down below. If you got it, tell me if you enjoyed it more than I do, and what you hate about it, what you like about it, and stuff like that. So yeah, leave a comment down below, like the video, and I'll see you next time.